And a happy Thursday to you. Walks and two costly errors meant a 5-2 loss for the Mariners to the Braves yesterday at T-Mobile Park. Emerson Hancock had troubles finding the strike zone as he walked four batters in his 3 2/3 innings, allowing 5 runs on 5 hits. Atlanta's scoring began in the 3rd inning on a bases-loaded walk.
Bases juiced. Here we go again. Missed inside. And the Braves have the lead in the top of the 3rd as Acuna trots home. Acuna had the solid single in the 3rd. He is 1 for 2. There's another solid single. Orlando's around 3rd. The throw is late, and Atlanta has a 2-0 lead. Hancock's 2-2 pitch. Hit in the air to right. Haniger going back. Reaches up, and he cannot get it as he bangs against the wall. This will score 2. Riley wants 3, and he's in there with a triple. It is 4-0 Atlanta in inning number 4. And that was a healthy collision with the wall and right by Haniger, but he appears to be okay. And he's facing Matt Olson. And Matt Olson greets him rudely with a solid RBI single to left center. And Atlanta now leads it 5-0.
Boy, that's on a line. Haggerty runs it down. Semi with a good play. And a 1-2-3 inning for Trent Thornton. So I didn't like him. He's a good athlete. Look at that. Leader. It works. Run scores. Polanco, yes, let's shut it down. There's no reason to head for second. RBI single. Mariners on the board. That will drop. And Duvall will have to play it on the bounce. Digging through. Oh, he's halfway. He's caught. Look out. He dives back. Julio scores, and Polanco got back quickly. Back to back. RBI singles by Polo. Mariners have 2 on the board now.
Gets the base hit into left field. Plenty of speed by Julio to score, no problem. Christopher Negron was on the ground.
He was. Get your butt down.
You see him laying on the ground right there.
The 0-2. Grounder right back to Iglesias. And the Braves win. The short 2-game skid is over. Atlanta is 20-9, the best record in Major League Baseball.
Manager Scott Servais was pleased about a 4-2 homestand, but said you just can't give too many chances to a team like Atlanta.
It's been a while since we haven't had a starter get deep in the ball game. But, today's game, going into it, a tough matchup with Sale out there. I thought our guys actually did a pretty good job to get him out of the game. Unfortunately, we're going to have to put some points up. They bunched all their hits together. A little too many free bases today. Uncharacteristically, we walked a few guys, made some errors, and you got to play clean to beat good teams. And they took advantage of it there in the 4th inning. I thought, like I said, Julio swung the bat much freer, looked good today. We did some things offensively as far as getting some hits and some traffic, but ultimately you need that big hit to get you back into the game. We got down after the 4th inning, so. For me, really good homestand. Had a chance to be a great homestand if you somehow get through that game today. But, not to be. The goal is to win the series. We did win the series. We're playing really good baseball. Today wasn't our best game. We know that. And it's, like I said, the walks, the free bases is what ultimately got us.
Seattle has a travel day today before beginning a 3-game series in Houston tomorrow at 5:10 on Root Sports Northwest. The Astros are off to one of their worst starts in franchise history after a 3-2 10-inning loss to Cleveland yesterday. Houston is in last place in the American League West at 10-20. Oakland continues to play well, believe it or not, beating the Pirates yesterday 4-0. That puts the A's 2.5 games back of Seattle in the division. The Angels dropped to 6 games back with a 2-1 loss to the Phillies. Texas was not able to move up on Seattle, falling to Washington by a final of 1-0. Well, maybe it's a curse of the cameras for Wenatchee Valley College. We haven't talked about them all season long, and we finally do yesterday. And what happens? They get swept in a doubleheader at Columbia Basin Community College. That gives the Knights, by the way, 5 losses in a row. CBC won game 1 yesterday, 6-5, despite Kenyon Kaku's hitting a home run for the Knights. The Hawks won the nightcap in 12 innings, 5-4. Chris Rivera had a good night at the plate for WVC, going 3 for 4 with 2 runs, 2 RBI, and a home run. Wenatchee Valley back home for a twin bill against CBC. That'll be Saturday afternoon at 1 o'clock. Well, the Central Washington Athletic Conference begins its baseball postseason today. The Ephrata Tigers are on the road to face the Ellensburg Bulldogs. That game is underway. Also, Manson pulled off a doubleheader sweep of Soap Lake yesterday in fast-pitch softball. The Trojans down the Eagles by the same margin in both games, 20-4. Scheduled today included a morning game for Waterville-Mansfield. They were on the road at Republic. Other action, Ephrata is hosting a doubleheader against Prosser. Chelan visits Quincy. Cashmere is hosting Kittitas. Brewster plays at Okanagan. There was one Wednesday soccer match that saw Liberty Bell top Pateras by a final of 2-1. There are no soccer matches on the schedule for today as the season winds down. Postseason is just ahead of us. And now, plans for the weekend. If you were going to Wenatchee Valley Super Oval for some racing, sorry, you're not going to be able to do so. The forecast of rain, in fact, 100% chance of rain on Saturday night, means that racing for the weekend that was scheduled, not going to happen. They'll try to make it up later on in the season. Go to WVSO.com for more information on that. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Have a happy Thursday.